Hi guys, today we're going to work on Meccano 6.14 Locomotive. Always nice to do a train-based model. Meccano being the brainchild of Frank Hornby, who's equally well known for Hornby Railways. This is a nice crossover piece. And I know a lot of people who are into Meccano also like model trains. I can't honestly say that's particularly my preference, and I haven't really got the time and space to get into model trains, but for those who do, it is a common crossover. Anyway, we're going to build this. Looking at the plan, you make several sections of it to get the thing together. We're going to have the cab, the cross bracing and the front end there, the boiler with the stand for it to go on, and then the chassis with a front bogie there, and the wheel mechanism there. So we'll put all those pieces together individually. We'll check back in with each individual one just to show you them in the makings, and we'll see how it all goes together in the end. It should be a nice model, fairly decent size I would have thought, probably a good 12-13 inches in length at the end of it. So here goes nothing. Cheers, bye. Okay then, progress so far. We've made the cab, which is here. That went together pretty easy, nothing complicated. Nice little piece, exactly the same as that there, no worries. Second piece is this front and the cross beams, which this was a little bit trickier. Getting this is really tight around here with this, and that took a little bit of getting together. I have put a few extra braces there that are on the plan, but you know, and this was quite complicated to work out, following it to figure out where exactly all the triangles were supposed to go. But at the end of the day, it's all come together, and we should have some idea now. These are going to join together like that, and that gives you some idea of the size that it's going to be, which is going to be, as I said, just over, let's have a look, pull this, just over 12 inches all in all when it all comes together. So yeah, quite pleased with progress so far. Crack on, bring you some more when we've done it. Okay, we've got these pieces joined together like that. That's actually 18 inches from start to finish of it, and what we need to do now is build the boiler that's going to go on top of there, which is the picture that you can see there. That's going to involve bending a lot of plates into which this is what I need to get bent to a constant radius, and to do that we'll be bringing into play my plate bender here. I have done a video showing how to use it previously, but we'll show you it working in this here. Don't know when this came out 40-50 years ago, and these plate benders were not possibly as readily available as they are nowadays. I don't really know how kids were expected to make that model, because you know, this is the only way of getting a decent curve on things. So we will crack on and do that. Show you some of that being done with the plate bender, and get the boiler put together and onto the support that we've got there. So we want a constant radius curve. Where we achieve that is by pulling this gadget up like that, sticking through, giving it a bit of a bend, and then rolling it through. If you keep it at the same place, you get a constant radius coming through, and that's a nice curve. It doesn't need to be exact for the width of it, because when we put the screws on it, we'll pull it to near enough where it wants to be. That's sort of close enough for the time being, and the putting it together we'll play it on there with it. So I'll do that with all the rest of them, put it together as shown there, and then we're in business with the boiler. Here we are then with the boiler made up and in place, and I think we're starting to look the part now. That's pretty decent. We've got a boiler front, comes around all the way down the sides, and then we've got the structure underneath, and we're going to join that onto the chassis and the bogie and the wheel mechanism, which we're gonna make up next. So back with you shortly when we've done those. Right, so we're getting somewhere now. Train built up, as we saw. Built up the bottom bit of it now, the chassis that these bits will attach to. And we've got the front bogie, the wheels that will drive the, I'm quite sure what you'd call them, the turning shafts, whatever they are, and the rear bogie. And as I say, I'm not a railway guy at all, but I think this lot collectively will be called the running gear. Could be entirely wrong there. If you know better than me, tell me about railways in the comments. That'd be great. So just a case now of attaching these various components to the chassis, and then the model will be done and hopefully be good to go. So let's get on and do that. Cheers. Right, there we go then. All done. Meccano 6.14 locomotive. Anyway, got any idea if it's supposed to be a proper railway engine out there? I went to have a look at a picture of the Flying Scotsman, and whilst it's not a million miles away from it, there are some differences. There's 3 main wheels on the Flying Scotsman for a start. Well, we've only got 2 here, and it's possibly a little bit longer, and maybe some odd shape differences. I think it's similar in class, but not quite the same. So if anybody knows what locomotive this is, tell me in the comments. In terms of the actual model itself, I think it looks great as a static model, but I think you'd have difficulties if you started to try running it. That running gear at the bottom gets itself into a bit of a mess if it's moving. And if I was wanting it as a moving model, I'd probably do some more work on the equipment at the bottom and try to make it something that would work better. But for what it is, I think it's a good looking model. Some better pictures that I'll throw up at the end here for you to take a look at all angles. And yeah, all good. So see you next time. Thanks very much for watching.